Hello, my dear friends. Today I'm talking about Jupiter ingress in Cancer sign on 10th of June 2025. Jupiter feels amazing in Cancer. Here it's exalted, which means it operates at full power. Think of it as an honored guest entering in a home where it's respected, nourished, and truly heard. So, Jupiter in Cancer promises expansion through emotions, family, and a sense of security, emotional healing, generosity, protection, and belonging, connection to roots, culture, and the past. So, wherever you truly feel at home, that's where Jupiter wants to bring you luck and opportunities. But when it's entering this Jupiter in Cancer, it's forming the square with Saturn and Neptune in Aries. So something good, but with inner battles. So Saturn means structure slows down, demanding patience and perseverance. Neptune, which brings confusion, dreams, idealism, and sometimes illusion, but also inspiration. What this combination means? Possible dissolution due to unrealistic hopes. A call of emotional discipline and maturity. Tension between building a stable life and fighting for independence or personal vision. Jupiter will help if you work with your emotions. Don't ignore them. Don't build castles in the sand. Make solid plans based on real values and based on realities. And don't run from the past. On the contrary, reconnect with it and see what you need to heal. Also, in the moment of ingress of Jupiter in Cancer, the moon is in a Sagittarius. Jupiter traditionally rules Sagittarius and Cancer is ruled by the moon. When Jupiter enters Cancer, the moon is in Sagittarius, so it's a sign that's friendly to Jupiter. What this means? An inner openness to broader experiences, a craving for emotional truth, not just comfort, a blend of emotional depth and adventurous optimism. But here it's a warning. Don't run away from intimacy under the excuse of personal growth. The moon in Sagittarius wants to travel, but Jupiter in Cancer says, don't run from your roots. What does this transit mean for each ascendant or rising sign? Look where Jupiter is traveling through, in which house in your natal chart, and how it's connecting by squaring with Saturn and Neptune from Aries, also in transit. For Aries rising sign, Jupiter is transiting your 4th house, home, family, roots, emotional foundation. Saturn and Neptune transiting your 1st house, ascendant. It's about you, your identity, your image, your body, your vitality. What this brings? A move, a renovation or real estate purchase. A reconnection or a reconciliation with parents or with your past or with your roots. Intense and sometimes conflicting emotions. You may feel torn between who you are now and where you come from. The need for independence versus the need for family. You need to blend it to make an alchemic change and to understand that independence is not an enemy for a family. Jupiter also rules your 12th house because it's in Pisces. In Hellenistic astrology, Jupiter ruling also Pisces. So, it's time to reconnect with your emotional roots and heal old wounds, maybe from childhood or even from other events from your life. The 12th house asks for deep introspection. The 4th house shows where the healing begins. So, a move, a deep inner reflection, or even therapy could spark spiritual healing. Ideal time for psychotherapy, journaling, and work with yourself. Invest in your emotional and physical safety. Your home becomes the foundation of your future growth. For Taurus rising, Jupiter is transiting your third house, where it's about communication, siblings, learning, short trips. Saturn and Neptune transiting your 12th house, subconscious retreat in a world. What is bring this combination? Opportunities to study, publish, launch a podcast or blog, healing siblings or neighbor relationships, a mix of positive and idealistic thinking. Potential conflict between what you say and what you truly feel. Risk of self-deception through forced positive thinking. Sometimes positive thinking by any price, it's really toxic. Try to remain connected to the reality. Speak up, write, express yourself, but don't ignore what's going on inside. Therapy works like magic in this period. Jupiter also rules your 11th house in Pisces, and it's about friends, future vision, community, projects, networking. So what this means? You can transform your ideas into something that inspires and uplifts others. Your words have vision, especially in group activities and friends and projects that are involved more people. Start a group project, a podcast, a blog, or an advocacy campaign. Jupiter brings the inspiration. You bring the structure and clarity. For Gemini rising, Jupiter in Cancer is transiting your second house. So it's about money, self-worth, personal resources. Saturn and Neptune is transiting your 11th house. It's about friends, social circles, long-term goals. So this combination can bring financial growth. It's possible, but depends on what you truly offer. A deep reevaluation of your values. What's truly worth it for you? Group projects that can bring income. Friends may become a source of confusion or pressure. So be aware of your entourage, the quality. Be cautious with investments influenced by others' opinions. So before making investments, analyze, inform yourself. Don't let you influence by others only because you trust them. So it's time to make money from your own skills and worth. Ask yourself, what value do I bring to the table? Jupiter also rules your 10th house in Pisces, and it's about career, public image, and authority. How you handle your money affects how you will be perceived professionally. There is a chance for greater income and a better public image, but it must be rooted in authenticity. This could mean a salary rise, promotion, or launching a public-facing project. But don't chase an image that doesn't reflect who you truly are. Cancer rising. Jupiter is transiting your first house. So it's about you, your personal image, body, vitality, and life direction. Saturn and Neptune is transiting in Aries, your 10th house. So it's about career, reputation, and authority. So this combination brings a year when you become more optimistic, open, and charismatic. Chances in your look, attitude, and perhaps even in your personal path. A desire to reinvent yourself while staying true to your roots. Saturn in the 10th house can bring professional pressure or delays. Confusion around what success means to you. This is important to think about. Work on your self-confidence, but don't completely cut off from what you've already built. The key is balancing who you are with who you want to become. Jupiter in Cancer also is Jupiter is also ruling your 9th house in Pisces. And here it's about beliefs, higher studies, long journeys. So you are center stage. You regain optimism in your life. And you are drawn to big journeys, both inner or outer. So start a master's degree, a PhD, go on a transformational journey, or publish your story. You are the story now. Live it with courage. Leo rising. Jupiter in Cancer will transit your 12th house. It's about introspection, spirituality, some endings, isolation, but isolation that have a practical usage. So don't isolate yourself doing nothing. Saturn and Neptune is transiting your 9th house. So it's about beliefs, foreign lands, and higher education. So it's a year of deep inner healing, possible withdrawal from social life for a while, or a closure of life chapters. Can be a sabbatic year, ideal time for therapy, meditation, and spiritual exploration. But confusion about your beliefs or life direction may occur. Saturn may trigger existential crises, but also powerful insights. Embrace this retreat as a phase of restoration. It's not stagnation, it's regeneration. Jupiter rules also your 8th house in Pisces. Intimacy, shared resources, deep transformation. So, spiritual and emotional healing comes into focus. Jupiter in the 12th house urges you to retreat in order to rediscover yourself. The 8th house connection shows transformation through vulnerability. So this may be a time of vivid dreams, voluntary solitude, deep introspection, or a relationship that melts your defenses. Let go of control and embrace the mystery. Virgo rising. Jupiter is transiting your 11th house. So it's about friends, networking, future dreams. Saturn and Neptune is transiting your 8th house. It's about intimacy, shared resources, and transformation. So it brings opportunities through collaboration and networking, group or social projects that begin to take shape, a long-term dream starting to materialize. Be cautious whom you trust. Neptune in the 8th house can bring betrayal or financial confusion. Saturn may bring temporary losses or lessons through vulnerability. Choose your cycles wisely. Groups can help you grow, but be mindful of boundaries and energy. Jupiter rules the 7th house, partnerships, marriage, and public presence. So you're expanding your social circle and opening up to serious partnerships. Jupiter brings collaborations, and the 7th house highlights the quality of those bonds. You may meet a mentor, a life partner, or a business partner. Just beware of idolizing people. Stay open but discerning. Libra rising. Jupiter is transiting your 10th house. It's about career, status, and vocation. Saturn and Neptune is transiting your 7th house. It's about relationships, partnerships, and contracts. So this combination brings professional visibility and chances to advance, inspiring others through what you do. Possible career shift towards something emotionally fulfilling. Tension in relationships. Partners may not support your goals, so you need to communicate more and to understand each other's needs. Confusion or sacrifice in partnerships. Ideal is to avoid this situation, but confusion and sacrifice can appear because you don't know each other's needs and you don't communicate well. Your career can flourish if you pursue something deeply meaningful. Don't perform just for applause. Do it for your soul. Jupiter also is ruling your 6th house. It's about daily work, routines, and health. You can level up professionally, but Jupiter asks, is your pace sustainable? Can you keep up with the daily rhythm? Accept the promotion, but create a healthy routine and boundaries. Those working in healing, creative projects, educational, or spiritual fields will see the expansion. Scorpio rising. Jupiter in Cancer is transiting your 9th house. So it's about spirituality, travel, studies, and beliefs. Saturn and Neptune in the 6th house, it's about work, health, and routine. So this combination brings the possibility to study something new, especially in the humanitarian spiritual fields, a desire to travel or step out of your comfort zone, redefining the meaning of life. But fatigue or daily routine may dampen your enthusiasm. Saturn demands discipline in work and health. Seek balance between the big vision and the small daily steps. Don't let routine suffocate your soul. Jupiter is ruling also your 5th house. It's about creativity, love, and children. You learn best through love and artistic expression, and now you have the chance to be guided by inspiration. Write a book, take a course in art or spirituality, or fall in love with someone who broadens your horizons. Sagittarius rising. Jupiter is transiting your 8th house. It's about transformation, intimacy, inheritance, shared money. Saturn and Neptune in the 5th house, it's about love, children, and creation, or expressivity, and joy of life. This combination, it brings opportunities for funding, inheritance, or external resources, deep emotional and sexual transformation, more intense and profound relationships, confusion in love or sacrifice for children. Saturn may bring tests in the areas of creativity or fertility. So embrace depth, whether it's about love or your projects. Leave surface level stuff for another time. Jupiter also is ruling your 4th house, so it's about family, home, your inner world. It may be an emotional intense time. Jupiter asks for complete trust and healing of family wounds. You might be restructuring your home life or intimacy. There could also be financial support from others or inheritances. Capricorn rising. Jupiter in Cancer is transiting your 7th house. It's about relationships, marriage, partnerships. Saturn and Neptune is transiting your 4th house. It's about family, past, home. So this combination brings possible marriage or important partnership, healing in relationships, or the arrival of someone with a positive influence, advantageous contracts if approached with maturity. But family wounds may impact your ability to connect in the present. Saturn demands a responsibility regarding your home or parents. Relationships become a field of expansion, but only if you learn to give and receive with maturity. Jupiter is also ruling your 3rd house, where it's about communication, siblings, ideas, and short trips. Your relationships can thrive, but the key is communication. Jupiter wants authentic, not idealized connection. A new partner, romantic or business, may show up, or an existing partnership transformed through deep conversations. Aquarius rising. Jupiter in Cancer is transiting your 6th house, so it's about work, health, and daily habits. Saturn and Neptune is transiting your 3rd house. It's about communication, siblings, and mind. So, job offers or new responsibilities may occur, especially in service-oriented fields. Potential healing, both physically or mental. Finding a gentler and more nourishing routine. Take care of you more, this is the idea. The mind may create illusions or fears that sabotage progress. So, be aware about your mind. Don't let her to put power on you. Saturn brings lessons in how you communicate, write, and think. Small daily actions become your power base. Think clearly and take care of yourself. Jupiter is ruling also your 2nd house. It's about money, personal values, and self-worth. So it means that financial growth is possible if you adjust your work style and prioritize health. You may land a better job or adopt a new attitude toward money. Start investing in habits that support your values. For Pisces rising, Jupiter is transiting your fifth house. It's about love, children, creativity, and joy of life. Saturn and Neptune is transiting your second house, money, self-worth, and this combination may bring the possibility to fall in love, to create, or become a parent, returning to old passions or exploring new talents. A great time for artistic expression. Finances may be stressful, especially if you rely on something unstable. Saturn requires financial discipline and reevaluation of your self-worth. Let your soul create, but take care of your financial stability too. Joy of life is not incompatible with the responsibility. Jupiter is also ruling your first house. The ascendant, the rising sign, is about yourself, your body, your vitality, your appearance. So it's your moment. Jupiter lights you up from the inside out. Creativity, love, and confidence are making a comeback. Step into the spotlight. Write, paint, love, launch projects. You are the messenger of pure and regenerating energy. So now look in your natal chart, see where you have Cancer, in which house, where do you have Aries, in which house, what kind of planets do you have there, and on the house where you have Cancer will transit Jupiter in exaltation, starting with 10th of June. I'm waiting your comments and questions down below. Until next time, I wish you all the best. Bye bye.